Welcome back from the ads. And now, is there a buffer close right? Oh, I do WQ. Can I do right? Oh, I can do right buffer close. Oh, that's what I want to do instead. One less set of commands. Perfect. Vac.io. Hello. Sorry for butchering your username multiple times at once. Docker and you have a love-hate relationship. I would imagine that's like that. I think Docker has a love-hate relationship with everybody. It's one of those things where like it allows us to do so much, but it's like once you get into like slightly more advanced stuff, it's like, oh yeah, I kind of wish it did this too. But also, welcome. How are you doing today? Same for Kubernetes. I have never used Kubernetes. It's I know somebody who was a senior level manager and like an executive at a company that helped implement Kubernetes, and he had a joke that Kubernetes made things, it made really simple things extremely hard, but it made impossible things possible, which I thought was a great way of explaining when you should probably use Kubernetes. You couldn't describe it better. And I have loved hearing that. And so like I now just every time I have a chance of saying that, even though I've never used Kubernetes, it sounds so amazing to say. But the things that people can do with Kubernetes are absolutely magic. Of course, then like when anybody who's like on a team, whatever, is like, okay, I think we should Kubernetes for this. And like, look, we have a single simple deployment. We don't have that many users at the same time. We don't need Kubernetes. You just want to use Kubernetes because you want an excuse to use Kubernetes. And that's not a good reason to use Kubernetes, at least in a professional work environment. Thank God your company has a DevOps team dedicated to that. I kind of feel that if you want to use Kubernetes, you kind of have to have someone dedicated to Kubernetes. Like it's a tool that's very complicated, but like, and yeah, it allows you to do so much, but it's not something to just take on lightly. It's an expensive tool. As long as the cluster runs, I'm fine. I was tasked with my previous company. We had sold a previous version of our product to another company, and because we weren't planning on supporting it anymore, we were creating a brand new product, but it didn't have some features that the old product had. They wanted it, so we're like, okay, we'll sell it to you. We'll give it to you. And it was a simple product. All you have to do is just throw it onto like a VPS and then run it. That's it. Like, just have a database, a VPS, whatever. Like, you just run it there and then you're good to go. It's all just on there. But the problem obviously being that they were using Kubernetes, and they wanted to, their tech team reached out to me and was like, okay, can you work with us to get this working in here? I'm like, first of all, they're like, hey, can you, like, you know, what are all the things? You're like, we didn't Dockerize this as a product. It has a whole bunch of things that need to work together. I have no idea how Kubernetes works, like, really, like, to actually make things work. So you're kind of on your own on that one. They're like, and they kept on reaching out over and over and over again. And their boss eventually called me and it's like, hey, can you just can you host it for us? Because this is taking us forever to get it to work. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I don't think they needed Kubernetes at all. I don't think they were doing anything that really required it, but I don't know. There's a lot that I wouldn't know, like, what they were doing, but based on the general idea that most companies pull out Kubernetes, I think for, like, the word, like, we're using Kubernetes, it's like, great, good job. Good for you. Do you know that, like, do you really need Kubernetes? Okay, so all of these now have the video in them, so we're good to go. Okay, so add the videos to the article. Next up, upload the articles to the LMS. All right, so reset our checklist again. And I'll probably, okay, so I'll have the introduction here, but we don't really have a video section, but that'll be fine. I'll add that into the database later. And that will be that. So I would always say you only need Kubernetes when you have high traffic. It doesn't make sense to have Kubernetes if you only have 10 customers per day. There was a DevOps book, which I can't remember what it's called. It might be just like the DevOps handbook, but I don't remember for sure. But one of the ideas, and I think this was a lesson from Google, but again, like, it's been a long time since I've read it. The general idea was that you write whatever you know / like, you know, it works. So you just get it working, right? So, like, step one, you get your product working however you can, and you deploy it out there and you get some users and some people using it. Not unlike the LMS that I'm doing. But then you keep an eye on traffic. You set up analytics and you keep an eye on traffic. And as soon as things start breaking, like, there's problems. Like, let's say you have you have like, crashing servers every, 2 p.m. as like 20,000 people start trying to use it, or maybe just 20 people trying to use it and it breaks it, or people complaining about slowness, or it's like taking a long time to deploy changes because your tests are taking too long. Like whenever there's a problem, that's a pull the andon cord, halt all production, and then everyone swarm to fix it. And that would be DevOps now, right? Like everybody we're all DevOps now, and we do the DevOps, whatever that is, to do it. And if Kubernetes is necessary at that time, that's when you add it in, right? You don't start with Kubernetes because that just delays you forever to get started when you probably never would have needed it. And that's a huge amount of money that you're spending to host the Kubernetes cluster when you don't need it. At least like you should probably wait until people are paying you money to pay for you to get better. Not gonna lie, if something breaks to 10 users, the problem won't be the servers. Very true. The other problem is the code, right? This is where the other half of that premature optimization of the root of all evil comes in, because a lot of times like, oh yeah, that's a really cool statement to say, but the other half of that is, but when things break, it's time to optimize. And so if your code is like highly unoptimized and like, but if you have metrics in there, you can tell where it's breaking, and you can say, ooh, okay, that one query to the database takes like 30 seconds per user. We should let's optimize that one thing right there. And maybe you don't need you don't need to jump into Kubernetes or something else when it's just a query you need to update. But I have seen some people jump straight into like the fun optimizations, right? Like we have to admit, Kubernetes is fun on paper because it's like this really like highly advanced tool that we rarely get to play with. Unless, of course, you're a Kubernetes engineer. Then you just play with it all the time. All right, so we're gonna come into here. Okay, so first off, how do I want to do this? I want to create a tag. Okay, I think we create a tag first. So the tag is gonna be Docker. I think this will be fine. We'll find out though. Then we create articles. So now I just paste the indie articles in here, and this will be fine. Everything will be fine. Okay, so let's move you over to the left, and you get to be all scrunched up right here. All right, now we have a bug in here. And by a bug, I mean a feature that we never made. So I call it a bug, even though it's really just I need to write the feature problem, where I can't reorder the article. So it goes in the order that I created in. And then if I want to reorder it, I have to do that in a database, which is very MVP. After we're done with this entire system, after we're done with this course, I think we're going to take up the Tuesday slot where it's like course creation for updating the LMS, like adding features to it, working on that. That will be nice. That will be nice to sort of like actually like get some nice things in here. Like for example, I want this to start going away. I when I initially created it, I really thought that I wanted it to be like have the error or the good thing up there all the time, but I don't. I want it to fade away after like, 30 seconds or so. Okay, so this is gonna be introduction to Docker. I think we're just gonna call this introduction to Docker. And so you go on there and we create the article. And now I could just do this over and over again. And we will mark you as completed. Wait, you're the end. I do you at the end. Collins Mara, hello. How are you doing today? And Overlaid, hello, how are you? You're doing great. Excellent. That's good to hear. I am doing really good. We are like on the very end of the Docker course creation. Like we're adding it to the LMS. We have like a couple last things that I need to do off stream for it. But I think within this week, I'll probably reach out on Discord and see about some people who want to do some beta testing for me with it. And then I'll mark it for sale. Hopefully next week. Oh, you're feeling for a second that your headphones weren't working. Yeah, I don't have. So I stopped doing music because all the VODs were getting claimed, like every single one, regardless if I was using Pretzel or something else like that, which really sucks. So I'm not really sure what to do about that. It's not a good situation. And I've heard from other content creators, it's really bad. The only content creator that I see like who can does a lot of I know he does a lot of research into like which music to use, but then even then he still like complains that there is a way to exclude it from the VOD. I need to I could probably do that again. It's channels. I need to set up. I can have channels for that, but the music and like the alerts go on the same channel. And like, if I want the alerts to be in there, then I don't know how to like exclude that. or like make those in different things. I'm sure that there's different ways for me to do that, but I don't know off the top of my head. Whoop, what's that? Process manager. I don't need that. How did I even get in there? That's weird. Okay, so I think I did Shift Escape, and that's what did it. And I have caps lock on Escape, which is why it's a little bit easier for me to accidentally press. I just did E. Oh, E doesn't do anything. Okay, good. We're really close to being done with this step. Last one. Okay, that's all saved. We can now go into courses and we're going to create a course. So this is going to be Introduction to Docker, give it the tag of Docker, long description. All right, so this is learn how to use Docker, learn how to use Docker from scratch. I don't know. I kind of agree with community member who had mentioned like, from scratch doesn't really make sense. We should probably not say that. So it's like, learn how to use Docker in your. I wrote two twice. Introduction to Docker. Huh. My little autofill there. So I must have done that twice somewhere else too. Uh-oh. Maybe in one of the articles. That sucks. Thank you for that catch. Okay, learn how to use Docker in to help develop. Okay, learn how to use. Okay, this course will help you learn how to use Docker. Yeah, first steps with Docker. I don't know. That might be something that I can like change the course title to later to like see if it makes any sense and like reshare it on social media to see like if it gets more traction. I don't know. I don't know if like a course feels good as the title of that, but maybe we can use that in the description. Is it really necessary to give a long description? The title is so self-descriptive. Probably not, and that's usually why I have trouble coming up with long descriptions. It's sort of like, oh, hey, let's give a comment to this, really well-named variable or function. It's like, okay, what am I going to do? Give a comment that says exactly what it does? That's silly. That doesn't make any sense, right? Right? This course will help you learn how to use Docker from. I don't think I render Markdown for this in the page, so I just have to. It has to just be one. I can use multiple paragraphs, but I can use ChatGPT. Yeah, I can change this too pretty easily later, so I'm not too worried about it right now. So I just want some filler to make sure it looks good. Okay, so this course will help you learn how to use Docker from first steps. There, I like that. We'll get the first steps in there. From first steps to using Docker to build your own images and develop and there. Good enough. Short description. Learn how to use Docker. No experience. No Docker experience necessary for this course. It's not, I haven't really done a live course yet. Okay, so we got that. So if we go to courses now, we will see Introduction to Docker here. Learn how to use Docker. No Docker experience necessary for this course. If we go into that, here's that long description and where that shows up. I everything just starts at $0. I have to go into the database and manually set that because I was like, when do I want to set the price for it? I don't know. And then so I just didn't add the form for it. So clearly I need to, those are like the things that I need to do. It's like after this course, we're going to start doing that. This is the long description ChatGPT gave me. The Introduction to Docker course is structured to guide you through the core principles and functionalities of Docker, starting from the basics and gradually advancing to more advanced topics. Through a combination of theoretical learning and hands-on exercises, you will gain a deeper understanding of containerization, Docker. Oh, okay. So if you don't mind, wait, can I do that anymore? I don't. Right. I don't have an edit for the course anymore. I have to go into the database to change that. I don't feel like doing that right now. So I will run it through ChatGPT myself later, and I'll try to get the same thing out. Hope ChatGPT doesn't mind the plagiarism. It doesn't mind, as far as I can tell. Like, I've never heard of ChatGPT going after, like OpenAI going after anybody and saying like, hey, you used our AI to do that and you didn't give us proper attribution. You need to do that. Probably because they're under lawsuit for just stealing everybody else's works to train ChatGPT. And that would probably, if they started doing that, that would probably open themselves up to even more lawsuits. No, it is super good for that type of thing. I should start doing that. I'm not logged into ChatGPT on this profile, but on my other profile I am. So I can definitely just use that. Plus, we could just use Ollama for that too. That might be good for that too. Okay, so anyways, here we are with that. So now what I can do is I can go to course articles, and then we're going to assign course articles to this. So I'm gonna move, this is nice to have a nice large screen for. Oh, I forgot to put in the end article. So, thanks for taking Introduction to Docker course. Okay, so courses, we do that. Course articles. All right, so now we need to introduction to the course. So this is also another thing, is like I wanted this to be in alphabetical order and I screwed it up, and therefore it's not in alphabetical order. And it's not even in order of like the ID or anything else. I don't even know what the order really is. I think it's sort of like random. And I tried to fix it once and it broke everything. So I need to redo that section to like get it to work properly. So that kind of sucks. All right, so introduction, and then we have installing Docker. Also, I don't have like a filter on it. Like, we're getting enough articles in here now that I need to start actually making this like we need to like turn this into a completely different design. Running your first container. What's up? You wanna come hang out? Where are you going, Zilby? Hi. Oh, you want pet the cat? Yeah, we could do that in the meantime. Oh, okay. It's this thing that Zilby wants to do. I can even for this do large hanging out mode. You get a much better view. All right, are you done, Sylvie? I would like to sit up. Okay, I'm okay. Well, positive, I can sit up now. Negative, both of my arms are taken up by Sylvie. So we get an extended pet the cat. This is where, well, I couldn't even reach it to like switch music anyways, to do like, I don't know, cat pet music. Oh, you found a silly security flaw in the website. Yes, please PM me. Let me know. Let me know about that. You can PM me on Discord or wherever. I have like links to all my socials too, or the ones that I'm on, or that I pay attention to. All right, are you done? Have I pet you too much? Nope. Nope. Yeah, that one. Okay. All right. What were we doing? Running my first container. Did I get that one in? I did not. So. Nope. Hey, Zilby. No, no standing on the keyboard. Uh-oh. Was it stopping? Stopping or running? Oh, deleting a Docker container. Oh, it's because what? Why didn't that? Okay, find it. Okay. Daemon mode. Oh, connect to. Oh, connect to. Connect, because it's connecting and not connect to. That's like minor changes in the titles are making it harder on myself because, of course. Okay, you PM me through Twitch. Let me see if I can find that. Interesting. It should return something, but I think that it returns no data. But I have to check. So I'm using Hasura behind the scenes, and Hasura is supposed to take care of that security stuff for me, or at least that's what it's supposed to do. And if it's not doing that, then I would need to switch away from Hasura. Because I've definitely set it up where it like checks the tokens and deals with that kind of thing. So I'll have to play around with that and like see what I can find, like what stuff is in there. Because that would suck. I don't want anybody to just make any request and have it. Well, it's, I guess like in this case, the course creation request, but I don't remember what else it gives you. There is a request that's supposed to like also give you all of the stuff. Like, so it basically there's every course article that you have access to, you get on every new request. And there's a bunch of course articles that I have in there that are what is it called? Preview mode. And then of course, by default, because I'm smart like this, by default, when I create a course article, it's in preview mode. Because it's like, well, why would I do that? You just found my Discord user. Like my Discord username with that? Do I even have that in? Oh. You sent it to me in Discord or in Twitch? I don't see it in Twitch. Yeah, you can't send screenshots on Twitch. I don't think their chat doesn't support screenshots. Of course it doesn't. Okay, Discord. Hold on, I've got that up. Why are you so small? Oh, of course. Oh, the rectangle doesn't work in Discord because of reasons. That's what's going on. You are so small. Okay, I will. That's really small and hard to read right now. And obviously I don't want to pull this over here onto this main one. Oh, rectangle. So I have this tool up here called rectangle, and it allows me to use keyboard shortcuts to like full screen or whatever. And I don't want to like full screen. Oh, did I crash? Okay, I think Discord may have crashed. Okay, there it goes. That's a lot better. Yeah, okay, so you get all that, and you get all the course articles because they're yeah, like there's a bunch of like the trailer and other stuff. I don't know why preview is false on those, but those should be preview true. But yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I guess I wonder if it's when you go to course articles it has that problem. That's okay. So that's something we'll have to be doing and dealing with it. Why does okay? So wait, expand you. There we go. Okay, so I think my oh okay. So I get it. I check to see that you're not allowed to be on this page, and I put up the banner, but then I still somehow send a request to the GraphQL, and the GraphQL Hasura is allowing me to make those requests. Okay, getting the titles is okay of everything. Yeah, and you got that specific ID, but not the ID of the user. Because I have two user IDs. Okay. I'll have to like double check and look into it. Oh, if you can get the title. So here's the thing. Everyone can get the titles because I want you to be able to see all the things that you could take. So you can get the titles, but you can't get the content. Does that make sense? Yeah, I haven't taken a backup of it, so I would request that you don't try to delete anything. But if you want to do a harmless update, like update try to update a title or something, it shouldn't work because I did spend a lot of time trying to set up all that security stuff. If I did it wrong, I need to know. Yeah, so this one is I probably need to start because I'm getting a lot of course articles now. Yeah, it's all the courses. It's like the idea was at the very beginning, you request and you get all of the courses and the articles that you have purview over. So if you have, and that includes the articles, because here, let's reopen this up in a private window. So if we come here and we're not logged in, it should make that same request and get all of this stuff, because then we come here and I want to go into SQLX Rust. We want to preview it. And so we want all the titles. I want all the titles of this course in here so you can see it. You risk yourself doing more stuff in the future with that request that might not be as secure as just getting the titles, then forgetting about this security flaw, you dismissed it. Yeah. Well, I don't remember if it was a security flaw I dismissed or if I like purposely chose to do this for learner's sake. So like the idea was I want everybody, even if they're not logged in, to see all the articles here. So that way it's like, okay, well, you can't like click on them. Like there's nothing, like there's no content to this. All you can see is the article title itself. But then if you purchase it, then you can log in and do it. And then I think also in, I don't think, yeah, none of these had any, I don't think any of these had any preview in them. Did they? No, they did not. These ones do, because I think they all start, oh, I haven't saved it yet, so they don't have any articles in here yet. Yeah, that article, that request doesn't make sense there, because I think I make the request before I check. So that's maybe a different, like sort of a rethinking of my networking and how to work with that. So that would be a good thing to take a look into. So I'm going to add that into my list. After we release the course, the plan is to start working on the LMS again and like sort of build up some features. And this will be one of the first ones we look at. So it'll be rethink networking. And then also I probably want to like redo tests with security in mind. Which I have some tests that have security in mind, but I don't have all of them in there yet. So that'll be good to have. So thank you for checking this. This is great. And like this, as I sort of mentioned, this entire page needs to be redone too. Probably has the same problem with like this page and all the other ones. I think it makes some aggressive requests to the back end that it doesn't need to. And the back end kind of sort of allows it. When I have the when we're doing work on this, I'll show you, because I can spin up a GraphQL database locally in Docker, obviously. And we can I'll show you how all of that stuff works, but that's probably going to be in either starting next week or the week after. Oh, ad break just started. Cool. I actually, introduction to Docker. It is still there. Oh, is it one of the articles here? That's it. It was, the reason why it was in there was because one of the articles at the change land database. Because of course I didn't create a update article thing. So that's a good catch. Thank you for that one. Okay, hold on. I actually have. Okay, I do have Hasura open up on this window over here, so I can find I can find that. Oh, but I don't want to update it while I'm doing this. I'll do that later. All right, thank you for that. I need to take a really quick break. I've been sitting down for 2 hours. Zilby left, apparently, after his crawl over me adventure. So I'm going to go grab a drink, maybe grab a quick snack, and I'll be right back.